what's up, y'all? It's your girl T with a B. What's up, y'all? And today is the first episode of Let's Talk Sis. And today's episode is going to be about my first day of 7th grade. So let's get into it. Okay, so basically everything was cool. We got through the day with no drama. First of all, if you first tip of Let's Talk Sis, if you see like a messy situation like beginning to pan out, immediately leave that area because you don't want your name in nothing. I keep on looking down because I'm looking down at my phone because I was texting my friend in the middle of filming this. So yeah, so if you see a messy situation starting to pan out, don't be afraid to get up and go. So yeah, nothing really messy happened. Nothing really happened at all. I'm just saying, if you see a situation like that starting to pan out, then just leave. So yeah, I went to go sit down with my friends after we like came in and like did the little meet and greet or whatever. And so like I sat down with my friends at a table. The girls that came over to sit at our table, I'm not friends with them anymore. I used to be good friends with them, but now I'm not. They came over to sit at our table. I guess they saw like there wasn't any more full tables or somebody assigned them to sit there, but like they sat right there, and some of them was looking at us just like one of them I think even rolled their eyes. I'm like, okay, it's my first day of school. I'm not trying to get caught up in this. So I just like turned back around and started like laughing and giggling with my friends again. Like, if people start giving you tip 2, if people like start giving you like rude mannerisms, just turn around and just leave it alone. There's no need to add fuel to the fire. There's no need to say anything like, why is you looking at me like that? Like, no, like, trust me, I used to do that, and well, I didn't get in trouble, and it didn't really start nothing, but I'm just saying, you don't have to immediately point them out. So yeah, like, so I saw them, they was like looking at me like some type of way, some of them, not all of them. So yeah, I turned around, was giggling back with my friends, and so they started calling our classes. Our teachers that had us, they came up to the beginning of like the where the podium is in the cafeteria. They started calling our names to see if we didn't see who we had in our class, or if we didn't know who our teacher was. They would call our names, and then they would tell us to like walk up to the front of the cafeteria. So yeah, my friends got called, and then me and my best friend, we was in the same class together, so we both got called at the same time to come up. And yeah, so we went up in front of everybody, and then we started going upstairs. I saw one of the other girls that I wasn't friends with, and she kind of like made like eye contact with me. That was just like, I'm like, okay, keep walking, Tanisha. So yeah, I saw her, and so we went upstairs, and so like as soon as we came in the classroom, our teacher, he introduced himself. I already knew who my teacher was because I had already signed into my account on the website where we get our grades and we get our schedules and stuff. So yeah, I already knew who my teacher was, and I already knew who my teacher was because he previously taught my older sister. So yeah, I had a little bit of background history about my teacher. So like, if you feel awkward when doing something, then just say like I'll pass, or like I'll do it like some other time. But like, if you immediately feel awkward, I hate awkwardness. Like, if I'm in a place of awkwardness, I feel like I want to cry for real. So yeah, like if you feel awkward, immediately say something, or like if you feel uncomfortable, immediately say something. So yeah. Um so we all got to stand up. We said our names, said what we did over the summer and our ages. And yeah. I sat up at the front of the classroom. Me and my best friend, we both sat up at the front of the classroom. I sat right here, she sat right here. And it wasn't like two seats. It was like one row going down, one row going down. You get the point. So yeah, that's how our seating was. And we just went over a couple things. Our teacher told us what basically our math curriculum was going to be for the first quarter. He told us all of that. And yeah, that day was a half a day. So we got out at 10:30. I did not expect to have a half a day on the first day of school. Like normally we have them like later on in the week, like a Wednesday, a Thursday, never on a Friday, I can tell you that. But like basically like the weekdays in between Monday and Friday. We never really had half a days, not that I remember. Never really had half a days on Mondays or Fridays. So yeah, we had a half a day. I had to sit in the office for an hour. Well, like 30 minutes after we got out, because because my phone, it was dead. So yeah, so I called my parents on the I called my parents in the office phone. I had called them upstairs, but the phone wasn't working too well upstairs. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just go down to the office. And so one of the classmates that I had from my class, she was in my class too. And yeah. So we had both went down to the office because we both needed to call our parents, because we both didn't know it was a half a day. Everybody else, like all of my other friends, they got on the bus and everything. They was either walking home. I'm like, I get picked up. And I have no form of communication to tell my parents what time I got off school. They didn't know I had a half a day. I didn't know I had a half a day. We normally, like I said, we normally don't have half a days on Mondays. So yeah, I called them each like 4 times, and then like the 4th time they finally picked up, and my dad, he came up there to get me like 30 minutes later. So yeah, that was my first day of 7th grade and how it went.